call it hell, but it's more like purgatory. Purgatory is a place where you go to wait, and that's what all these people are doing. They're waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting just to drop off their bags. Then, God forbid, they might have an international flight. They'd have to go through customs where they'll wait and wait and wait. And of course, there's security as well. People have been talking about waiting 4 hours at this Toronto International Airport, Pearson, mostly because the Prime Minister continues to impose unjustified vaccine and other COVID-related restrictions that the world left behind long ago. For example, processing times at customs are quadrupled because of the ongoing COVID restrictions. And of course, much of the workforce that normally makes these places operate and run are banned from working because of their vaccine status. Now, this all at a time, thank God I can take this off and breathe again, this at a time when the rest of the world has moved on. Many of the countries have gotten rid of all these restrictions. All 10 provinces have gotten rid of the COVID restrictions. The banks are getting rid of them, and the airlines have requested that the federal government do the same in its jurisdiction. But Trudeau wants to hold on because this pandemic has all been about a power trip for him. Remember, when it first struck, he wanted to use COVID as an excuse to give himself the power to raise any tax to any level for any reason without a parliamentary vote. He then went on to try and pass laws restricting what you see and you say on the internet. He eventually used the Emergency Act to freeze people's bank accounts. Countless other examples of power trips that he thought that he could get away with, and he continues to strive to produce. Now, many people thought they weren't affected by this power trip. Well, now, if they ever try to take a flight from this godforsaken place, they know that even if they're vaccinated, they are suffering the consequences of policies that were designed just to punish the unvaccinated minority. Friends, we have here a Prime Minister who is dividing our population for his own political gain, and now everyone is paying the price for those divisions. We need to get rid of this guy, unite the country for freedom, not just because freedom is right, but because it is practical. We can get the gatekeepers out of the way in so many areas, whether it's producing energy or allowing our immigrants to work in their professions or allowing our unvaccinated people to safely go back to work as people have been doing all around the world. Everyone will be better off. Freedom makes us all better off. Let's move forward to unite for freedom. And for God's sakes, let's get our airports working again.